Caitlin Clark, did you turn down $15 million? Oh, that's a boss move.
The Big Three reportedly offered Caitlin Clark $15 million for 10 games, but she declined.
On Wednesday, it was leaked that the Big Three made a $5 million offer to play in the league this season, be 10 games.
Big Three making news this morning because TMZ reported that they have made a $5 million offer to Caitlin Clark.
It was 2 years, $5 million a year. And plus, we were going to do cool stuff with merch. And
so the Big Three's final offer to Caitlin Clark is $15 million for 10 games.
2 minutes ago, Caitlin Clark stunned the sports world by rejecting Ice Cube's jaw-dropping $15 million Big Three deal, showing once again that her loyalty can't be bought at any price.
Caitlin Clark, did you turn down $15 million? Oh, that's a boss move. Oh, that's a crazy boss move. That's a flex.
Commentators noted that Caitlin Clark doesn't need Ice Cube's $15 million. Her endorsements already bring in millions. From $200,000 autograph sessions to a $1 million Panini deal in just one day, plus partnerships with Wilson and Stanley. Her earning power rivals global icons like Taylor Swift.
Like some of those talks, apparently it costs for her to go in person, it's like $200,000 for 30 minutes. Caitlin made $1 million off the Panini deal, minimum. They sold like $5 million worth of her goods in a day. She made $1 million minimum on the Panini deal. I would say the cost to get Caitlin Clark as the face of your product in terms of like Stanley and stuff is probably similar to LeBron, because the Caitlin Clark fans will buy anything with Caitlin Clark's face on it. It's like Taylor Swift type shit.
Clark's Stanley Cup endorsement showed exactly why she could reject Ice Cube's offer without hesitation. Her viral commercial and product line, booming merch sales, and upcoming CC1's sneaker deals proved her growing empire offers more security than any short Big Three contract.
Stanley! Caitlin Clark with the new Stanley Cup deal. It's amazing. I gotta go get my cup. I gotta get my t-shirt and my Stanley Cup. You already know. They got all different cups, man. I definitely need my Stanley. man. Caitlin Clark continuing to rake in the deals by the boatload. It's stuff like this. It's things like this as to why she can turn down $15 million from Ice Cube and the Big Three.
Even while sidelined with injury, Caitlin Clark kept landing huge deals, proving her name alone holds massive value. From Stanley to Gatorade and Nike, her endorsements dominate social media and make Ice Cube's $15 million offer look tiny in comparison.
Caitlin Clark has landed a big-time sponsorship with this brand. And yeah, man, let's dive right into this right now. So this is the current little photos right here that is going viral all over the internet. And it's Caitlin Clark with these Stanley Cups and some Nike gear, man. I just think this is just a dope silhouette right here, these photos.
Analysts revealed Caitlin Clark pulled in over $11 million from endorsements in 2024 alone. With brands like Stanley and other major corporations backing her, Ice Cube's $15 million Big Three offer barely moves the needle, proving she doesn't need his league to boost her career or income.
Think about that. She got $338,000 for 4 years in the WNBA. Now, I know she makes a lot of money. I think she made $11.1 million in 2024 because of all her endorsements. I saw where she just got an endorsement from Stanley, the insanely overpriced cups.
Analysts noted Clark can earn $5 million off the court through endorsements with ease. Compared to the physical risks of Ice Cube's Big Three, her business deals are safer, more profitable, and explain why she won't risk her health for a short-term payday.
Only thing people would have been talking about. The Big Three would have probably got more publicity and notoriety over the WNBA if she were to have participated in that. Which is, as a businessman, I can only respect them for reaching for the moon and aiming for the stars. So, hey, other than that, I got no complaints. I wish she would have taken it just so we could see how she would fare up against those older retired NBA players.
Fans were stunned when the Big Three's final offer to Caitlin Clark hit $15 million for just 10 games, tripling their initial $5 million pitch in hopes her star power could transform the league.
So the Big Three's final offer to Caitlin Clark is $15 million for 10 games. And here is the tattoo voice of the Big Three talking about it.
15? I thought that shit was 5.
No, 15.
Woo.
After it started at 5.
Right.
But the official final offer was $15 million for 10 weeks.
But even with life-changing money on the table, Clark refused to sign, leaving fans questioning why she turned down more than her entire WNBA salary.
I wonder how much money Caitlin Clark is actually making. I think that, like, some of those talks, apparently it costs for her to go in person, it's like 200 grand for 30 minutes. Like, and she was doing two, 3 of those a week.
Her endorsement deals must be pretty decent for her to willingly turn that down, because we know her WNBA salary is nothing to brag about.
Reports confirmed Caitlin Clark rejected Ice Cube's staggering $15 million Big 3 offer. The deal would have paid her more than most athletes make in years, but she made it clear her loyalty lies elsewhere.
The Big 3 reportedly offered Caitlin Clark 15 M's for 10 games, but she declined.
Caitlin Clark reportedly turned down $15 million. $15 million? Bro, 15.
Commentators called it a bold boss move, noting that only someone with Clark's rising influence could walk away from such money. Her choice proved she values long-term career growth over quick cash.
Of course, she turned it down, but check this out. And we've got a little clip here to play. The Big Three's final offer to Caitlin Clark was $10 million for 10 games.
Even Big 3 insiders admitted the final offer to Caitlin Clark was $15 million for just 10 games. The league's own voice confirmed it, underscoring how desperately they wanted her star power. Yet Clark walked away, proving no amount of money could lure her from the WNBA, leaving Ice Cube's vision frustrated.
The Big Three's final offer to Caitlin Clark was $15 million for 10 games. I can't remember if they play off the top of my head if they played more than a game a week, but yeah, think about that. She got $338,000 for 4 years in the WNBA. Now I know she makes a lot of money. I think she made $11.1 million.
Ice Cube first revealed a $5 million Big 3 offer to Caitlin Clark during her championship run, calling it historic. Though meant to stay private, the leak shocked the sports world as it dwarfed her rookie WNBA salary of under $80,000. Still, Clark dismissed the offer, sending a loud message across basketball.
To likely WNBA #1 overall pick Caitlin Clark to play in the league this season be 10 games, I believe 8 regular season games, 2 potential playoff games. After the news dropped, Ice Cube jumped on Twitter to confirm the report. But the $5 million is way more than Clark and other WNBA rookies will make this season, with the current rookie salary for top draft picks at a little under $80,000 for the season. So Lexi, you're our resident expert on all things WNBA.
The Big 3 even prepared a long-term deal for Caitlin Clark. 2 years at $5 million annually, plus merch deals and partial team ownership. Ice Cube saw her as the key to boosting the league's popularity, but Clark declined again, making it clear she wouldn't be used as a publicity stunt.
It was 2 years, $5 million a year. And plus, we were going to do cool stuff with merch. And, I think he was even talk about percentage and team ownership. We were going to, we believe her coming into the Big 3 would be such a big deal that, all boats would rise and the league would benefit from the attention and to see, if she can actually do it against.
TMZ reported the Big 3 offered Caitlin Clark $5 million while she was still in college, hoping to secure her before the WNBA. But Clark firmly rejected it and stayed her course, leaving Ice Cube embarrassed after admitting the offer was never meant to go public.
Big 3 making news this morning because TMZ reported that they have made a $5 million offer to Caitlin Clark.
Whoa.
Okay, obviously, Caitlin Clark is the sensation Iowa Hawkeyes women's basketball player that has broken every college basketball record, and she is headed to the WNBA, we all assume. And the Big 3 is like, wait a second. Why not a $5 million offer from us as well? We intended the offer to remain private while Caitlin Clark plays for the championship. Let's not be a distraction.
The Big 3 season overlaps with the WNBA, meaning Caitlin Clark would have had to skip a full year to join Ice Cube's league. Analysts drew parallels to Diana Taurasi, who once left for bigger overseas money. But Clark chose differently, refusing to abandon the WNBA even while turning down $15 million.
The big three is on during the WNBA season. It would take her taking a year out of WNBA. And I think, like we saw with Taurasi took a year out of WNBA in her prime to go play in Russia because the Russian team paid her more than she was going to make in the WNBA. So for me, I'm thinking she probably made about 20 million last year. For her to turn down 15 million, she had to have been making at least 15 million on her endorsements. At least. And then there's obviously a case where if you take the big three deal and it doesn't work out, your hype dies and you're losing money on the stretch. But I would say she made at least 15 million last year.
Lisa Leslie pointed out that Clark's lingering injury made the $15 million Big Three offer even riskier. The league's physical play could have threatened her WNBA future, so Clark wisely chose long-term health and stability over short-term cash, a decision showing maturity beyond her years.
Let's take a listen to what Lisa Leslie had to say.
Well, I really feel for Caitlin Clark because I actually had that injury 2006. And listen, I was heavily taped around my thigh, around my glute, just trying to make sure there was enough pressure to hold that groin. And the hard part is that the groin is sort of an area that you can't just touch and go, it hurts right here. You feel it deep. You have to get a lot of deep treatment, whether it's ice and heat and rest. Well, Caitlin Clark, she can't find a lot of rest right now because she's mid-season. But I think that injury is really tough because it lingers. No matter how much medicine you take, you can feel fine. You get back out there, one move, one change of direction, and boom, you're right back feeling that same type of pain. So it's going to be a tough injury that she's going to have to manage.
Fans and analysts debated if Caitlin Clark should return to the WNBA playoffs despite her injury, with many believing she could carry the fever to the finals. That reliance proves why she'd never leave for the Big Three, no matter Ice Cube's offer. She's the face of women's basketball.
A lot of people saying Caitlin Clark shouldn't come back. Y'all don't understand. Caitlin Clark is such an impactful player on this basketball. If Caitlin Clark comes back this year, they make it to the playoffs. Y'all know they didn't have a chance to make it to the... Yes, that's how big of an impact she had. Do I believe they get there? Yes. If Caitlin Clark come back, they got a damn good chance this year of making it to the final. But we won't know until Kate back. Now, for all the people saying that she shouldn't come back, y'all some haters, bro. She definitely should come back immediately.
Despite jealousy and mistreatment from some WNBA players, Caitlin Clark has carried herself with professionalism while boosting attendance and TV ratings. Her rejection of Ice Cube's $15 million wasn't just about money. It was about loyalty to a league that needs her star power. Without Clark, the WNBA's surge wouldn't exist.
Despite being abused, despite being torn down, despite being attacked verbally and physically over and over and over again, despite being hated by the players, she has done everything she could possibly do to elevate the WNBA, to help every single other player in the league get paid more money, to help with attendance in growing the game. She has done everything that she could possibly do, despite the absolute hatred, despite the absolute jealousy, despite the absolute lies.
Ice Cube admitted Caitlin Clark's star power was the only reason for the multi-million-dollar offer, with sponsors believing only she could bring that value to the Big Three. But her rejection exposed just how dependent his plan was on her name, and proved she refused to be used as a business pawn.
It was just to unlock millions of dollars for the league because of her stardom, what our sponsors was telling us.
Right.
They didn't tell us the same thing about Angel Reese, so I don't know if we can make that. I don't know if we can make that same offer.
I see. So, maybe an adjusted amount.
When asked if the offer still stood, Big Three reps admitted they'd already moved on, saying Clark's camp never engaged and her agents hated on it. The blunt response made clear her rejection was final. She was never going to join Ice Cube's league, no matter the price.
Nah, we've moved on. We see that she is focused on the WNBA, and we really didn't get great engagement from the offer from their team. I think the agents was hating on it a little bit. We worried about the players that we have. We think we're gonna have our best season.
Analysts explained why Caitlin Clark could reject Ice Cube's $15 million without hesitation. Her endorsements already bring in huge sums. From $200,000 half-hour appearances, she books weekly, to a Panini card deal that earned her $1 million in a single day.
Like some of those talks, apparently it costs for her to go in person, it's like 200 grand for 30 minutes. Caitlyn made $1 million off the Panini deal, minimum. They sold like 5 million worth of her goods in a day. She made $1 million minimum on the Panini deal. I would say the cost to get Caitlyn Clark as the face of your product in terms of like Stanley and stuff is probably similar to LeBron, because the Caitlyn Clark fans will buy anything with Caitlyn Clark's face on it. It's like Taylor Swift type shit.
Clark's Stanley Cup partnership showed her financial independence with a viral commercial and designs that instantly became bestsellers. Her upcoming CC1's sneakers add another revenue stream, proving why she could dismiss BIG3's $15 million without hesitation. Endorsements give her steady, long-term wealth, unlike Ice Cube's short-term offer with strings attached.
Stanley! Caitlyn Clark with the new Stanley Cup deal. It's amazing. I gotta go get my cup. I gotta get my t-shirt and my Stanley Cup. You already know. They got all different cups, man. I definitely need my Stanley. Man. Caitlyn Clark continuing to rake in the deals by the boatload. It's stuff like this. It's things like this as to why she can turn down $15 million from Ice Cube and the Big Three.
Reports showed Caitlyn Clark made over $11 million in 2024 from endorsements alone, with her Stanley Cups deal just one of many corporate opportunities. When you're already pulling in tens of millions, rejecting Ice Cube's $15 million isn't a gamble, it's smart business. Clark is building a lasting empire, while the Big Three's offer looked more like a publicity stunt, making her refusal even more powerful.
Think about that. She got $338,000 for 4 years in the WNBA. Now, I know she makes a lot of money. I think she made $11.1 million in 2024 because of all her endorsements. I saw where she just got an endorsement from Stanley, the insanely overpriced cups. Sorry to anyone who likes Stanley, but that's insane what people would pay for those. But anyway, as you can see here, the Big Three's final offer. So I want to play this clip for you and talk about it a little bit, because this is...
Commentators admitted Caitlyn Clark can make $5 million off the court without playing a single game. Her brand guarantees opportunities beyond anything the Big Three could offer. So instead of risking her health, she focused on safe, profitable endorsements. Her rejection wasn't about disrespecting Ice Cube. It was about protecting her career, her body, and her wealth. For Clark, $15 million simply wasn't enough to change anything.
$1 million playing in the WNBA. So take this little 5 right here, miss like 10 games of your regular season, and then go on.
Or she gonna make that 5 off the court.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
For them to give her only $5 million.
I can make more. I can make $5 million.
She's worth
in 2
more.
weeks.
I think she's worth more than $5 million
right now.
To go do something like that.
$5 million in 2 weeks. She ain't worth $5 million in 2 weeks. Two months.
That $200 million TV deal doesn't happen without Caitlyn Clark leading the league. If she had taken a super senior season, the payout wouldn't have come close to that figure.
Let's be real. The biggest reason why the league is in the spot it's in is because of Caitlyn Clark. That TV deal doesn't happen if Caitlyn Clark does not come onto that league. If Caitlyn Clark takes a super senior season, that TV deal is not $200 million. It's just not. It is not $200 million a year. If Caitlyn Clark takes a super senior season.
With someone like Caitlyn Clark, the starting point isn't small. We're talking at least $10 million plus 50% ownership.
Unrivaled. If y'all thought a few million and some equity was gonna get her to show up and play in your league, you got another thing coming. I said it. If Unrivaled want Caitlyn Clark, y'all, a minimum of 10 million plus like 50% ownership of the whole league. That's where we start.
Players' salaries are set to drop. The league isn't sustainable given the current reality.
The player salaries are going to go down. That's what it means. This league is not sustainable. What these players want is not sustainable when you look at the reality of what is going on. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I had to talk about this because that's such an insane number, and it just irked me even more when I look at how the league has treated Caitlyn Clark.
All the games in Iowa, her team, her crowd, her fans. Let's get this money, God.
Accept it. You got 8 games. 8 games, accept that $5 million, and then enter the W. Get drafted.
Don't play.
Get drafted, get the #1 pick. Like, hold on, y'all.
It was 2 years, $5 million a year. And plus, we were going to do cool stuff with merch. And
it was a 2-year deal at $5 million per year, plus merch and partial team ownership. The Big Three thought all boats would rise with her. But Caitlin Clark doesn't need Ice Cube or the league. She chose her own path, and the world is watching. Don't miss a beat. Like, subscribe, and share to stay updated.